Hello, my name is Vasil Tarasenko, I'm a Russian attorney. Owning real estate in Russia may be interested for a foreign national. For example, it significantly increases the chances for a foreigner to get a quota for a temporary residence permit. Everybody who studied this question knows how hard it is to achieve and how unpredictably these quotas are allocated. And you, as a foreigner, may be considering buying an apartment in our country. How much did real estate cost in Russia in 2023? And how much is it going to cost this year, 2024? Let's discuss. The year 2023 was a challenging one for the Russia real estate market as the country faced economic and social difficulties due to the COVID-19 pandemic, international sanctions and political unrest. Despite these factors, the residential real estate prices have been steadily growing in Russia both in primary and secondary market over the observed period. The prices were rising during over the past 3 years. Now we are talking about 2023 and today is January of 2024. According to the Federal State Statistics Service, the average square meter price of new construction residential building in the country was measured at over 128,800 Russian rubles and at nearly 92,000 Russian rubles for the second-hand properties, respectively, by the second quarter of 2023. This represents a year-on-year increase of 7% and 6.8% respectively. Note that these are official statistics and factually in seller offers we see prices that are 20 to 30% higher. Consider it when watching this video. The price dynamics varied across different regions and cities, depending on the local supply and demand, infrastructure and economic conditions. Moscow and St. Petersburg, as the two largest and most developed cities in Russia, remained the most expensive and attractive markets for buyers and investors. However, they also faced very high competition. In Moscow, the average price of new apartment reached 264,900 rubles per square meter, while the average price of secondary apartment was 212,400 rubles per 1 square meter by the end of 2023. These prices were 8.7% and 7.9% higher than the previous year respectively. The demand for housing in Moscow was driven mostly by the growing population. I'm drawing your attention to the fact these statistics do not reflect the actual value of real estate in the very center of Moscow. For example, apartments in the Moscow city complex are offered for sale in advertisements for an average of 750,000 rubles per 1 square meter. Moscow city, let's draw the area, business center, and let's see, 3,000 ads. No, let's see first one. So it's 103.9 square meters, price is 116 million rubles. Let's count how much it in dollars. So we'll take 103 square meters, let's say 0.9, okay. And the price is 1,116,000 rubles for 1 meter. Let's divide for 90 rubles for $1, and we received price 12,000 US dollars for 1 square meter at this apartment. Yeah, 243 million rubles for 175 square meters. So 243 million divides to 175 square meters, and we received 1,288. So let's divide for 90 rubles for $1. Price is 15,000 US dollars for 1 meter. Here's the real price of, for example, such apartment. Yeah, it's the furniture, pretty good. Okay, let's see others, maybe not so expensive. So it's rent, forum apartment, Let's see this one. Maybe it's the same. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, let's check. 189 million rubles divided to 175 square meters. 1 million rubles divided for 12,000 US dollars for 1 meter. The price. Okay. In St. Petersburg, the average price of new apartment was 197,100 rubles per 1 square meter, while the average price of secondary apartments was 156,900 rubles per 1 square meter by the end of 2023. The demand for housing in St. Petersburg was fueled by the improving quality of the life and culture and historical heritage and the tourism potential for the city. In other cities, the prices of real estate were generally lower than in Moscow and St. Petersburg. For example, in Rostov-on-Don, the average price of new apartment was 77,800 rubles per 1 square meter, while the average price of secondary apartment was 61,900 rubles per square meter by the end of 2023. The outlook for the Russian real estate market in 2024 is uncertain, as it depends on the recovery of economy and the stability of political situation. However, some experts predict that the prices will continue to rise, even though at a slower pace, as the supply of housing will remain limited and the demand will remain high. That is all for today. My name is Vasily Tarasenko. Bye.